Rise and grind. Cigars I bought because of YouTube. Let's have this conversation. And so here at Rise and Grind, we equip you. We share with you the best whiskeys, the best cigars. We help you to elevate your leisure moments. I don't take myself or the channel too serious. This is for fun. This is a hobby. And so every now and again, I like to do a fun video. This is from me, Mr. Anti-Consumer, Mr. Stop Being Influenced. Well, hey, I have been influenced. There's some videos that I've watched, and after I watch the video, I, like everybody else, run out and buy the cigar. And so this video is done as lighthearted, but I do want to just be honest and say, hey, here's some cigars that I bought, and for the most part, they're all good cigars. But I'm just being honest. I'm being vulnerable here with you. I'm showing you the cigars that I bought because of YouTube, because of a cigar content creator, because somebody said it's good. We got 5 for you. Well, actually, we got 4 for you in a special mention. And so let's just dive into this. We just doing this off the top of my head, just going off of memory, going off of how I recalled and what came to mind. And so we got the by Warp. This is Isla de Cocodrillo. Now this cigar, anyone who watches cigar content knows that Cigar Hound Dog made this his cigar of the year. And I saw that video and I said, that's interesting. I had never had the cigar before, never really heard about it, and now it's part of my collection. I understand why someone would say this is their cigar of the year. It does have a pleasant brown sugar and syrupy notes on here. It does have some oaky and leather notes on here. But for a while, this cigar, the Isla de Cocodrillo. Now the other thing, the Island of Crocodile, which is Cuba. And so that also played into the hype surrounding this cigar. And so Cigar Hound Dog named it his cigar of the year. He might have named it as an unparalleled, which means this is just a top level cigar. When he did that, me, you, and all of us, we all ran off and got our hands on this cigar. It's a good cigar. It's not a favorite of mine. I'm hoping that some of that oak and leather wanes as time goes by. But that's why I have this cigar in the collection. Hound Dog named it his cigar of the year, and we all went and chased after it. It's a good cigar. I can see why. Next one, this is Don Bonino. And so this cigar, Cigar Head TV, Cigar Head Fred. And so he has been ranting and raving about this cigar, the Don Bonino. Now, a friend of mine was in Costa Rica, and then he brought me back a box of these. And I said, oh yeah, that's the cigar that Cigar Head Fred is always talking about. Cigar Head TV is always mentioning this. It's Costa Rican tobacco. And so this is delicious. And so I got a box of these. I'm really enjoying this. I believe I got this as a Corona Gorda. So this is the same size as my Cocodrillo. And so I believe Fred named this as his cigar of the year. And so it's worth checking out. It's gonna cost you a lot less money than some of these other cigars that are out here. I love Costa Rican tobacco. And so Don Bonino is a cigar I got. And it got all, because again, he named it as his number 1. And so I said, hey, it must be great. Got it. And I do enjoy it. And so that's the second cigar. Now, the next two, we've got, this is an Arturo Fuente. This is actually the Anho Shark. And so, yes, I have been smoking these for a long time, but then I had stopped smoking it. And in fact, it was actually doing one of my lives where Cigar Collective, Peter said, hey, you know what? These cigars are good. And so it encouraged me to go back out there and to get some of these. And so I've gotten the Shark. I've also gotten the 888. And so because at his suggestion, I went back out and I started searching for these Anejos. Back in the days, this was the rave. You're talking about an Arturo Fuente cigar, you're talking about Connecticut broadleaf, and we're talking about cigars that have been aged, I believe, in bourbon barrels. And so that sounds like it should be delicious. Arturo Fuente, Connecticut broadleaf, bourbon aged. But I noticed I hadn't been liking them. And so Peter at Cigar Collective, he said, you know what? They had fallen off for a little bit, but newer batches are good. And so at that suggestion, I've been now going out and buying some of these. Now we got two more. Hey, this is what we do. We talk about what we want to talk about. We push the envelope when we want to. We smile because this is all done in a lighthearted way. And so yes, we are all influenced. A lot of you've reached out to me and said, hey, I bought the cigar at your recommendation. And I always want to say, really? Because I never really thought about the channel as being influencing anything. This channel is based on a guy sharing what he has smoked. I even try to limit it and say, look, I only smoke a few things. It's very limited what I smoke. And so it's a fun journey. It's a fun experience to suggest something and then to have people say, wow, thanks for your suggestion. That's now my most favorite cigar. I never set out to be any kind of influencer. This is just a guy sharing his journey. And so if you've been enjoying the journey, hit like, leave a comment. Let me know, what are the cigars you bought because of one of us men with cameras who talk about cigars and whiskey. What have we led to you buying? For the good or for the bad? Now, next cigar we've got, this is the also by Warp. This is the Chinchal. And so this is another one of those cigars where I used to always hear people talking about it. In fact, there were channels that aren't even current. That's how long ago it's been. I believe the channel was D Love and Wife. He was always talking about the Chinchal. And finally, I got myself a box and I said, wow, this has become one of my most favorite cigars. And so that's something to show me that if I had bought it way back when I first heard about it, I would have been enjoying these for years. But I heard it from a YouTuber and I just kind of made a mental note. And when I received the box of these, I was excited because I remember what I'd heard, and now this cigar is actually good. And so that shows me that, hey, there are some YouTubers out here who have similar palates such as mine. And so there are times where we should listen, because what if I listened and I went out and bought the Chinchal when it came out years ago? I would have been enjoying them all this time. Last cigar that we got for you, and this is the one that has an asterisk next to it. I didn't buy this cigar because of a YouTuber. I bought this because of Netflix. I'm talking about the Partigus Lucentia. I bought the cigar, I'm watching Netflix, I'm watching The Last Dance, I'm watching Michael Jordan, he's smoking the cigar, and it kind of influenced me. It said, hey, if he's smoking a cigar, then maybe you ought to give it a try. And so I went and bought me a box of Partigus Lucentia because I watched on social media, via Netflix, Michael Jordan. And so sometimes that's all it takes. It takes us just watching somebody do something, and then we get a spark, we get a curiosity, we get some intrigue, some interest. And so again, we did this video just in a lighthearted way to kind of poke fun at myself, to say, as much as I try to say I'm not influenced and I'm not an influencer, at the end of the day, we all are. There's some good content being made out here. It leads us to purchasing stuff that's usually for the good. And so this is all done in a lighthearted way. And so if we've helped you, help us back. Leave a comment, let me know, what have you bought because of me? What have you bought because of somebody else? What have you bought because of YouTube? Like, comment, subscribe. But most importantly, rise and grind.